The report, dated tomorrow. If you ever work night security, there's one rule you follow. You don't go looking for the source of a noise. I did. I worked nights at a state records building just outside the city. Not abandoned, not dramatic, just concrete walls, steel shelving, and fluorescent lights that never fully warmed up. Night shifts were easier than going back to my empty apartment, so I stayed. There was a handbook for overnight staff, fire procedures, data breach response, medical protocol, and one line that felt out of place. After 3 a.m., Corridor C is off limits. No exceptions. No explanation. The older guards didn't like that corridor. They never said why, just shrugged and changed the subject. I followed the rule for 11 months. Until the night I didn't. At 3:08 a.m., something hit the floor. A soft, flat sound. Paper on concrete. Not loud, not violent, just wrong enough. I checked the monitors. Corridor C camera showed empty shelving. No movement, no distortion. I should have ignored it. Instead, I grabbed my flashlight. The air felt colder as I stepped into Corridor C. Not dramatically, just enough that I noticed. Halfway down the aisle, a yellow incident folder lay on the floor, face down. And behind me, faint but steady, I heard the printer in the security office finish a job. A mechanical whir, a click, silence. I didn't remember sending anything to print. I picked up the folder. Incident report. Date, tomorrow. Not a typo, not a number, just the word, tomorrow. I told myself it was a placeholder template. I opened it. Time of incident, 3:17 a.m. Location, Corridor C. Employee involved, my full legal name. Badge, ID, correct. My watch read 3:12, 5 minutes early. The report stated that I had entered the restricted corridor after 3 a.m., violating written policy, which was technically true because I was standing there. But according to the document, the incident hadn't happened yet. My mouth went dry. Not fear, not yet, just confusion. I went back to the desk. The printer tray held a single missing sheet. Warm. I logged into the archive system. The report was there. Active. Timestamp, 3:17 a.m. Status, pending confirmation. There was a final line I hadn't noticed before. Cause of incident. Subject accessed restricted corridor. Subject, not employee. Subject. At 3:16 a.m., the fluorescent lights above me flickered once. The building sometimes recalibrated power at night. It wasn't rare, but the timing felt precise. The security console made a sharp electronic chime. Motion detected. Corridor C. The sound shattered the silence so abruptly that my chest tightened. I stared at the monitor. Empty aisle, steel shelves, concrete floor. Nothing. The motion tracking box appeared mid-frame. Green, locked onto something. It began to move, slowly, not drifting, not glitching, tracking, following a shape that wasn't visible. I leaned closer to the screen. My reflection looked back at me. The box stopped, exactly where I had been standing 5 minutes earlier. My pulse thudded in my ears. The system believed something was still there, standing in that spot. At 3:17 a.m., the status updated. Pending confirmation to confirmed. No sound accompanied it, just the word changing. Confirmed. I did not go back to Corridor C. I stayed at the desk until morning. At 6:42 a.m., before shift change, I checked the file again. Still there. Same timestamp, same barcode. Confirmed. I printed it and handed it to my supervisor. He didn't look surprised. He looked tired. "You weren't supposed to go down there," he said quietly. Not, "What is this?" Not, "This is impossible." Just that. I resigned that week. I told myself it was stress, routine paranoia, too many quiet nights. 2 nights later, at 3:17 a.m., I was awake. I don't know why. Maybe habit. Maybe something else. My phone vibrated on the nightstand. New email. From an automated system address I recognized. No subject line. One attachment. PDF. My hands felt numb as I opened it. Incident report. Date, tomorrow. Time of incident, 3:17 a.m. Location, Corridor C. Employee involved, my full legal name. Cause of incident, subject accessed restricted corridor. Status, confirmed. The timestamp read 03:17. That was impossible. I wasn't there. I wasn't even in the building. At the bottom of the file, a new line had been added. Next scheduled entry, 3:17 a.m. Tomorrow. I checked the clock. 3:18. The date on my phone would change at midnight. And when it did, tomorrow would still be tomorrow. I don't know what happens in Corridor C after 3 a.m. I don't know what the system sees. I only know this. The building doesn't generate reports without an incident. And every night at 3:17, something is there. And it's already written down before it happens.